Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
Yo, what's up? We are back with Sandman Talks. Not only is Mike here today again, but we also have added a special homie named Rob. F2 boys, F2
The
boys.
gang is all here, man. The gang is all here.
We're back. This is what life has come to.
All right,
You
so let's
see
queue
this
up,
Rocket League?
queue up
Now
solo
we're
standard.
therapists.
Yeah, cue up. Right, dude. Playing while talking about this stuff would be really hard. Just like
Yeah.
trying to think and really break it down.
Honestly, John, just playing would be really hard.
Yeah,
True.
that's
That
just
is true.
tough. How long has it been since you guys have played Rocket League?
I can check that
You
now,
want me to
can't
check
I?
my Steam?
Please,
Yeah.
both of you check before I read our first email. Tell me what you guys like. Yeah, when's the last
Oh,
time you
man.
played? Because mine
Dude,
was
it's
like
been-
an hour ago.
Okay. Let me look at mine.
Yeah, how many hours in the last 2 weeks or whatever it tells
Oh,
you?
dude, but it's gonna be zero
Okay,
for sure.
okay.
Oh, the last 2 weeks, 0. Yeah, 100% 0.
Okay, okay.
The last month, maybe.
Last
zero.
2 months, yeah, it's gonna be. Let me look.
Check,
It'll
check.
say no matter what, right?
Yeah, it should.
Rocket
Oh,
League
Rob,
was last
can
played
you?
on
'Cause you don't
April
have
7th.
April 7th?
Yeah.
Dude, that's over a month and a half. Oh my gosh, a month and a
How
half
do you
ago?
do that? How'd
Yeah.
you do that, dude? How'd you do that?
I went to Steam and I looked
Yeah.
at Rocket League and common sense kind of thing.
Oh, last played. 3/28 was that?
Ooh.
March 28th, Rob?
Hey, baby.
Wow, guys.
Hey.
Wow. All right. Well,
Yeah, safe to say we've lost interest.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
can't. Dude.
yeah, so that'll shut down all the where's Mike? Where's Rob? Are they gonna join you soon? No.
I mean, I haven't even made a Rocket League video in like how long?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's been a while.
I just, dude, if Fortnite's getting me a mil plus, like whatever, I'll do whatever. Rocket League, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Well, today
God
we
of
are
War, playing God of War.
Oh yeah, God of War. Yeah, there's
God of
some-
War is great.
That game looks amazing. It's God of War 2, right? It's the new one.
Well, it's just God of War, but it's like
It's like the
a different
third?
title. Is it the
Yeah.
third
Did
one?
you- No,
No,
it's not. No. They had God of War 3 came out. God of War 4 was like God of War something else. And then this is like technically God of War 5.
Ooh.
But it's not
I never
called
played the
5.
God of Wars because I never had a place.
They're so good, bro.
My daddy wouldn't buy me one.
My daddy. You say daddy
Ugh.
a lot?
Dude, they're like all remastered. You gotta play them. But we're getting sidetracked.
Yeah, we are.
Let's do
All
this.
right, let's get into it. Honestly, it's only been, we usually have 3-minute intros. This is fine.
True.
So today we got a message from Bob. We have to call
Hey,
him
Bob.
Bob. Yeah.
Bob?
Bob.
Oh,
Well,
it's anonymous?
yeah, he said call me with a fake
Alright.
name Bob. I mean, this one's pretty in-depth. Let me just give you the title to start off with. The title says, and by the way, when you send me these emails, title is everything. And it doesn't need to be like clickbaity or anything like that, but this one was
Yeah,
very-
it does.
You'll
Yeah.
never believe this, John.
Yeah.
Well, now I got it.
1% of people have heard this in my life.
This one was called "I've Got Feelings for My Stepsister." So I'm gonna
it's
read
gonna
this.
have to be a no from me, dog.
Yeah, we're gonna try and help someone out. So let me. It's pretty lengthy, so let me get into it. Hello, hosts. When I was 16, my mom met a guy and was dating him. It turned into a serious relationship, and I got to know his daughter. After a few months of chatting and hanging out, rarely because of the distance, I started to like her a lot. I told her that and invited to her date, but she kindly refused it. Everything was fine. Our friendship was still intact after that, and her answer got programmed into my brain. Soon after that, Mom, her boyfriend, his daughter, me, and my brother all moved into a new apartment to live together. Ooh, this is
I
like
got
a
like wet dreams.
it's like an
this
awkward
before.
porn, yeah, that I'm sort of okay to watch. Everything. Sorry,
I've
Bob.
sworn I've read this in a manga before. But
I know, dude.
Everything.
Totally watch porn like this.
Everything was great. We were kind to each other and living together happily. Mom and him eventually got married. When I was 18, I went to the army for 3 years. So did my stepsister for 2 years. Our army isn't anything special, nothing to worry about. Wow, savage.
What?
definitely
Must be
Canadian.
Canadian.
Must be.
Canadian. When I was 18, I went to we've been going home every weekend, so we've all seen each other. She met a guy there right before she finished the army, and after a couple months, they decided to live together in a new apartment. I was really happy for her. I did have a little bit of jealousy, but it was all right. So this has been going on for a while. After about 2 years, they broke up.
Oh my God, this is
Dude,
Wow.
we're both 24 years old now.
wow.
Okay.
They had a
this
very-
is a lot realer than I thought. I thought it was gonna be like a young kid.
No, they had a very
I'm
stressful
13,
relationship.
The first time I masturbated, I looked at my stepsister. Now I can't get it. It's
Do I
like,
marry
no,
her?
No, this is serious.
No, this is serious.
Yeah, this is okay.
That's what we covered. They
Taking
have
my
a
sweater
very
off.
stressful relationship till the end and realize it's not working for them. She moved back home. I still live with my parents after the army because I needed to go to university and work. That's just That's just how it is in this country. I felt really bad for her hearing stories of heartbreak. I've realized that my feelings toward her were a lot stronger. However, I know that I have to give her space and time. We did talk about how she feels about the breakup and stuff because it's good to talk about these things. Same with depression. Please reach out if someone is feeling bad. Not long after she started trying to date other guys for non-serious relationships, probably because of the breakup, she couldn't sleep either. I was very worried and I told her to be careful. At some point, I felt like she had a feeling that I have feeling towards her. She asked me, "Why are you worried about me?" And I answered, "Because I don't want anyone to break your heart again." She was like, "Okay." At the time, I also tried dating someone, but after 1 month, I couldn't continue. I felt like I've been using her because I didn't feel anything. So I broke up with her. Honestly, I have no clue if it was the moment to tell her about my feelings or not. While she was living with us, it was very difficult to me because I still had her no answer in my head that was stopping me. As well as when my mom and stepdad got married, another child was born, and that was also stopping me. We're almost there. Me and her don't have the same genes, but the only thing that connect us is our little newborn brother. So now I know. After another couple of months, she decided to move out and live her own life. Me and my brother happily helped her move everything. It helped me a little bit to ease my feelings, but they still didn't go away. And sometimes I get dreams of her and I think about it for days. I am not sure what to do at this point. That's why I wanted to consolidate with you. Thanks. Love the series so far. P.S. Sorry for the long message. Tried to bring the whole story in. Sincerely, Bob. Name for privacy reasons. Wow!
Woo! Woo!
Yeah, man. I mean, like the short answer has just gotta be.
Can we get a recap?
TLDR. Homeboy, has feelings for his stepsister.
Army. Yeah, they both went to the army. She came back.
This is long. This is
she got
8
a
years.
boyfriend. She broke up. Then he tried to get a girlfriend. Didn't work out. Then then their parents both had a kid together. So now they have a step brother that they
And they
share.
were living together for a long time too.
And they were living together. Now she's moved out.
Yep.
And he still lives at home.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're definitely still like stepsister, stepbrother. Because I thought maybe
Without a
like
doubt.
the parents would have split up, but like it seems like they're still like stepbrother and stepsister.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
And not only that, but they have like a brother now.
Yeah.
Like both of them share.
They
a
are
brother.
connected. They have a brother. And now it's actually considered weird to the general public, right? Like now it's
yeah.
Now
it is, it should be, because think about this little, let's say Ralph, little 3-year-old Ralph growing up, like, yeah, my parents had me and now my older brother and my older sister are having a kid. It's like,
what's going on, Ralph?
How do you do this?
But is there a problem with that?
I'm gonna play devil's advocate on that.
All right,
I don't think it's that hard to explain that situation. It says, hey, like when your mommy and your daddy met, right? They had their own kids and their own families, right? That were much older and that were almost adults. Like they met when they were 16, 17, right?
Yeah.
So we don't really get her age. I'm assuming she was the same age because she's possibly a little bit older. Did we ever get her age?
No, but they seem like very close in age.
It seems very similar. So we're gonna assume.
I mean, but dude, 16 to 24, and he's now 24. That's 8 years of life when that's a long time to have feelings and sort of be infatuated and very in love with someone.
And we can't pretend that this doesn't happen, because I've always heard of two people getting together and then they find out that their divorced parents have got together. Like this happens.
Dude, this happens.
It's not like it's
quite a lot.
You
hear these.
My devil's advocate is I wouldn't be ashamed of it. I wouldn't be afraid of it. I wouldn't say it's taboo, and I wouldn't say that that's. I want to personally. I want to focus on what happened in those years instead of the fact of the hey, that's my sister. You know what I mean?
Right.
But dude, I mean, at the very core, I mean, I gotta say, don't do it, because, dude, you're looking at one girl who is your stepsister. How many girls are there? There's 4 or 5 billion girls.
Here comes this argument. Dude, that's
Dude,
the
there is
stupidest fucking argument ever. Man, there's a lot of fish in the
girls.
fucking sea. It's like,
Dude, I mean, but like, okay, you can live your life like this, but like,
yeah.
what, dude, you might just not have found someone that you
here's-
have feelings for yet.
Yeah.
Why
Mike,
would you?
here's my analogy for this that I like a lot better than the fish in the sea one.
Mm-hmm.
It's the restaurant one, right? There's like a lot of restaurants in the world, but like people have their like, Mike, do you have your favorite restaurant that you go to?
Sure.
You're
yeah.
like I need.
He
my
loves
favorite. Like,
Applebee's, probably, right?
yeah, like what's your favorite restaurant?
Oh
Mike?
yeah.
What's your favorite?
Perkins, bro.
Perkins?
What's it called?
I'm kidding. It's
like
not Perkins.
Perkins?
I don't know.
You,
I don't know.
oh, you
Roll
guys
with it.
clearly don't have Perkins.
No,
I
we
picked like
don't.
the worst restaurant ever.
Not
Your
with
favorite
Mike,
one's like
honestly, I'm
Cracker
confused.
Barrel. I like
McDonald's.
Cracker Barrel, man.
Dude, I'm I like a place called Randy's. It's a
Okay.
place called Randy's.
John?
Yeah, I like a place called Topanga Pizza. It's just a good Italian joint. Like I'll go
There
there
you
like like as much as possible when I go out to an event.
Amazing. I'm like,
Yeah.
I have my favorite sushi place, and you build this like connection and this affinity towards like this one restaurant, and it's hard when you're like, I want my favorite meal to go somewhere else. Like it's really tough to get in that door and to sit down at that table and to order and look at the menu, and you're like, what is this menu? And like that's what Bob tried to do with this 1 month relationship. Like he tried to get in the door of a new restaurant and he tried to really give it a go. And all he could think about was like that burger from his favorite burger joint that
Right.
he just really wanted.
But he never he never tried the restaurant. Like he never.
Well, he never, yeah, but
you know
I
what?
mean,
He didn't even get to go.
he-
like
yeah, like that's up to him to decide. So I don't know.
so
I think
that's where I immediately go is like, is this just when you're young and you have this crush and you never got to be with that crush?
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like Rob, you're looking at it like this. He loves this girl.
like
and
they
he's not
had
gonna find
something for a
anyone
couple
else.
years.
I mean,
Right.
this dude, he could just be infatuated by the fact that he spent the last 8 years of his horny puberty stage
Yeah.
with this girl living with him that he's like, oh, I saw her develop and I saw this, whatever. But like he could just go on, take 2 years away from this girl and find somebody that he feels exactly the same about. Like, why not at least take the chance when you're looking at, first of all, you don't even know how this would be to his parents. I sure as hell wouldn't want to marry someone and then have my son and my...
I don't care.
Yeah, you're more open-minded than I am.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give him good advice, but like Rob, you're not his
Well,
parent.
here's the
you know what I
thing.
mean?
Here's
They're
the
not
thing.
gonna be
I
as
think
cool
you
as
both. I could see both your arguments. So I think give him your point from your side right now, just to like help him out. Either debate
Yeah.
which one, because he's gonna have to make the decision. Bob is gonna have to decide if he wants to try one more time and just be like, hey, listen, I know this is so weird. You're my stepsister now. There's all these things going on. Do you think there's ever something for us? And either get denied and it's awkward, or not get, you know what I mean? There's either that approach, or he just says, honestly, this is just a crush that has gone on way too long.
Well,
Maybe I
not
could
to
have.
mention, like, we don't even know the girl denied him already.
That's what
I mean,
scares
like,
me.
she
That's what
might be
pushes me.
freaked out by this.
Yeah, she might just be like, no, bro. Like,
And then
I
you
don't
you
think she's
lose your
freaked out by it
stepsister.
because they were cool after. Like
right.
I
But
think-
they were
I
also
think she-
16.
Yeah.
I think she understands it and
But
could
he
could
brings
just,
it
like,
up again?
compartmentalize it, you know what I mean, and just be like, okay, that happened, you know what I mean.
So
And,
what do
like,
you say, Rob? What does Bob do?
I kind of okay. So it's a gamble, right? And like I like to gamble.
I love
Oh, you
gambling.
do? I know. Yeah, I never knew, dude.
And so like for me personally, I think that like hashtag fuck the system, like respect, you got to respect your parents, all that, like you really do. And I think that if it's something that does happen, like you need to speak to them and sit them down like immediately and give them the whole situation. And if they love you, they'll respect it.
Right.
But it's a gamble, and like I've seen this happen recently, with people I know, and you have these weird situations that like on paper sound really weird, but like you take the risk sometimes and take that gamble, and it either works out or it doesn't. But you have to know the consequences,
Right.
lay out the consequences, see if there is no other choice, and if there's no other choice, man, there's no other fucking choice.
And
Like,
what's the step? Does he go to the girl first, or does he go to his family first?
oh no, he absolutely has to go to the girl first.
Okay, cool. That's yeah.
For sure. Like
But
needs
know the
to-
consequences as well.
he has to know the consequences of like, oh, like, hey, I really like my best friend's sister,
Yeah.
like my best friend of 15 years.
You might
know
lose
what I
your
mean?
best friend. You might
lose your best friend.
but
You
you
might
gain
make it
the love of your life.
or exactly.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
for
I
Bob,
like that.
he needs to go to Clara and I was, whatever.
An ugly name, but okay.
What?
Hey,
Claire's a beautiful name. I know some awesome Claires.
Yeah, playing Claire, dude. Whatever, man. He needs to go to the girl, and I think
Clarice.
he needs to finesse a little bit. Like,
You
she
go up
lives in
to
the
her
same
and
city. Like,
hello, Clarice.
yeah, like, hey, and don't ask her on a date. Just be like, we're going out to dinner. Like, I need to talk to you about some things. You know what I mean? Like, I need to catch up and I need to talk to you, and like go out to dinner with her, take her out to dinner, discuss with her, like talk about the past and the history, and just see how the vibe of it's going. And you make your decision in that moment. You're like, wait, are we both pushing towards the same point here? Like, fuck, like I know the consequence. I've gone in knowing it. I'm ready. Like, and if she shoots me down, like you're ready for that consequence. That's my shit. That's my shit.
All right, Rob,
All right.
Mike, what do you? What you're playing the
Bob,
other side.
Bob. Just disregard everything Rob just told you. Like the thing I love about you, Rob, is like you are very open-minded and stuff, but like you gotta be realistic here. And like you said, you're gambling man. If I was a gambling man on this situation, I'm gonna be like putting a lot of money onto the side that says this is not gonna work out. Like a lot.
How does
of
he fill
things
that
have to go
void then,
perfectly.
Mike? How does he fill that void of like?
What's the point
gotta
of life
man
if you
up,
don't
dude.
take risks though, man? What's the point of life, dude? Like, this
You're
guy's
not
gonna,
saying like not marrying his stepsister or whatever is not exactly living a life without risk. He could travel Europe. He could do a million different things. Like if he moves on from his stepsister, it doesn't mean that he's going to live a life without risk, right?
You know what I found really interesting about this whole thing? He mentioned one time about being with another girl, but he sort of seemed like he left her because he just wasn't feeling it, and he felt like it was wrong because he still had feelings for.
He's got to go on a Tinder rampage. Let's be honest.
He might have to do a Tinder rampage.
Yeah, Bob, you got to get some swipe rights going. You got to bang a couple chicks, man. You got to try some
At the
restaurants.
very least, Bob, you got to go talk to some girls because like.
This is hold on, Mike. I think you'd agree with me on this. I think that there's like a couple things that Bob needs to do first. First of all, it's a patience game. If this chick finds someone that she loves and that she's happy with, Bob has even said that he'll be satisfied with that because he just doesn't want her to have her heart broken. Let's say in the next year or two, she finds someone she loves, she gets married, she starts a family and all that shit. Like Bob misses out, but at least he's happy knowing that she's happy, right?
Yeah.
We all can agree?
Yep.
It's a patience game. Dude, you got to get your life fucking sorted, right? You got to like move out. You got to travel the world a little bit. You got to bang some chicks. You got to get your shit sorted.
You got to make some relationships.
Whatever.
Like,
and if that's not for you, then don't do
you
it.
got to
But
do a
need
little
to, like,
self-finding. He's got to go find himself.
Because when you look at the consequences of this situation, you got to really know. And to
Like look at it. I mean, this girl, dude. If this goes right in his head, first of all, the girl has to be into him. Second of all, his parents have to be okay
there's a
with it.
huge
Third of all,
checklist.
you're going to have to realize that society is going to be constantly, and you can say, oh man, fuck society or whatever, but like it's something to consider.
It's a pressure.
You're going to have to introduce your girlfriend as your stepsister. Like go through, for everything to work out, like you're talking about hitting the goddamn lottery, Bob. Like,
But he's been grinding, boys.
No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. He's been.
No, but this has been 16 to 25.
Exactly. Yeah. Like no. He's been thinking about it and has had it in his head, and it's been dreams. Like he's having dreams about it. So it's something that's always been there, but he hasn't been grinding. He hasn't been trying to make it work. He hasn't like he hasn't made that step yet to
but like
except for that one talk when they were 16. So I really think the two situations are exactly what Mike and Rob are saying is like, Bob, you either talk to her right away and you're just like, listen, I'm still having these dreams, but weigh out all the consequences.
I wouldn't do it.
I mean,
like,
within the next year, like really, like, he's, if this is stopping him from having other relationships and like,
you can't
really
live with your parents though and do that though, dude.
Yeah.
You cannot be living under the roof of her dad.
Well, that's another thing that tells me that Bob really has not like gotten out. Like you live with your parents and like sure you went to the army. You said it wasn't like, a huge experience. Bob, like go live for a few years and then reevaluate this. You might come back cringing at yourself, going, "I almost threw my life away."
True. Yeah, I think those are great points. I mean,
from me and Rob, like the most humble middle would be like, go out, find yourself, and come back to this in a year or like maybe 2 years or whatever. Like find yourself, Bob.
And in the meantime, you could watch some
Fuck off.
Wow, dude, is this a cheap ad? I was pouring my heart into this advice, and like,
Bob, honestly watch some good animes, and you'll get your whole like incest, vibe out of you.
dude,
your system, right?
honestly, I got like a half chub right now, but I feel bad about it. I didn't want to go there. This is his life, dude. I don't want to like use this later.
No. I mean, Bob gets it, and I think anyone who writes in understands. Like, we're not gonna make fun of any situation, but at the same time, it's a
we're
very
gonna be us, dude.
we're gonna be us, and
I just like my final point is like I super appreciate, understand, and like respect like the really long term appreciation for someone. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Like
I agree with that.
I have that with my best friends. Like my best friend I've had literally since I was 13.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like that is such a strong bond. And like John, who did you marry?
My best
Did
friend.
you marry your
straight up? Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
John
I mean,
married his best friend.
That is
And
when
it's
I
like,
knew I was gonna get married. When I knew, and that sounds really
you don't
cheesy.
marry your girlfriend, you marry
No.
your best friend.
No, you
And
marry
it's
your
like-
best friend. So
And so Bob, I respect that and I get that. And it sounds like you really care for this person. It sounds like you really honestly like want them to be happy. And that's why I would say like really think about the consequences.
the
Really
consequences.
work on yourself.
That's
Make
huge.
yourself
You don't
the
want this
best
girl
person.
to leave you forever. Thinking
You need
you're
to be the
weird.
best Bob you can fucking be. You know what I mean? And then you tackle this mountain. So
And it's a fucking mountain.
It is. That's a mountain and a half.
it's some Grand Champ Mountain right there,
Holy
man.
crap. Well, I hope we helped you, Bob. And if not, please follow up. Hey, anytime I talk to any of you, please follow up in the email if you ever have made any moves or changed anything or what your plan of attack, so I could do updates on future shows. And before we go, I'm going to leave you with a new segment that's just going to be like Ask the Community. So guys, someone named JoJo has a question for the community. So this is for you guys to answer in the comments, and JoJo can get helped out from you. We can laugh about it for a moment. JoJo says, I accidentally killed my dad's squirrel. There's something bothering me and I need some advice. About 4 months ago, my father gave me his squirrel to take care of while he was out of country for work. He works as a military officer and he's been out of country since. Anyway, during the 4 months, I had accidentally stepped on the squirrel.
Bro, how is this a real situation?
Hold on.
Like-
It's so in-depth and caused it to go limp. The squirrel's name was Larry, by the way. Larry was limp and I panicked. I thought he maybe would heal. I rested Larry in his cage that following night and I woke up to him dead. It was the saddest thing I've ever seen. I did dispose of the squirrel's corpse and I just don't know what to do. My dad won't be back for a few months. What should I do? Can I tell him? How do I tell him?
In this situation?
I feel so
Like,
bad.
Did
Yeah,
you
wait, moment of silence for Larry, everyone.
Yeah.
rip Larry? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Dude, I'm sorry. I feel bad for laughing, but dude,
No,
son,
it's-
I'm leaving for months.
I think
I
he
need you to
knows-
have Larry my squirrel.
That-
Okay, Dad. Like what?
Military
My dad comes to
officer,
me
dude.
with-
Think of it like all badges on him and like going
He's
like ripped.
shooting people
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
overseas,
Yeah, he's
but
like doing
son,
crazy
my
stuff.
squirrel better be doing well.
Yes, and his name is Tulip. Tulip the squirrel. It's like what, dude, Dad. So that's
Bro,
for the
just
community.
tell your dad.
Yeah.
There is no.
I can't answer
like,
that, dude.
Yeah, that's a.
That's an L. That's an L, boys.
Your
Yeah,
dad's
take an
not
L,
like a
bro.
little kid where you could like replace it and be like, I swear
Yeah.
that's Larry.
How long do those squirrels
I
live
think,
for? Like
I think
4 months.
I think honesty is king, but
Yeah.
like,
Don't tell.
You know.
Wait, do you think he should say he stepped on him?
yeah,
I
accident.
would. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well,
If your
hey.
dad like disowns you because you killed his squirrel, like you have deeper issues than the squirrel.
Yeah. And squirrel.
That's squirrel. Squirrel has a name, dude.
And squirrel. Honestly, I feel like that's a quote of 2018 right there. You have deeper issues than squirrel.
And squirrel. Oh my God. Well, Mike and Rob,
Sorry, Larry.
thanks for hanging out, and we
Yeah,
will
yeah,
see
yeah.
you next time on Sandman Talks. Peace out, everyone. Much love. Be good. Later.